What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video taking what Goku's in Naruto, the finale. In the last part, we tackled the time skip and the events all the way up to the pain arc, where a lot had changed. The likes of Kiba, Lee, Choji, and Naruto had all learned basic ki control, with most of them creating techniques based on it. Goku also went Super Saiyan against Pain and single-handedly defeated him, while Naruto turned Pain good, which is where we left off. In the time after Pain, Goku will be trying to understand how the Super Saiyan power works. He begins trying to replicate the feelings he felt to activate it, but just can't bring himself to do it. It came out of a need, and he can't replicate it properly in the environment he is in now. He tried training with Lee, Naruto, and Choji, but none can help him reenact it. It does allow Choji to activate his perfect butterfly form early though, which is a plus. In the Pain invasion, I think Tsunade would still fall unconscious, as even without the village being destroyed, she'd need to defend them from the Chibaku Tensei. So Danzo would become the temporary 6 Hokage and head to the 5 Kage summit. The 5 Kage summit arc then goes the same, as Goku has no need to go there. The only change is that it's a slightly stronger Naruto due to training with Goku. While this all goes on, Goku would be training, and I think he'd learn how to fly during this time. Naturally, the 4th Shinobi World War would break out. Goku would learn that Naruto was heading out, and so he asked him for one last sparring match. Naruto can see that his friend is more serious than what he typically is. For some reason, Goku feels uneasy about something. He can tell that he and Naruto are both going to grow leaps and bounds very soon, so he wants to test where they are right now. Naruto agrees, and the duo assume martial art poses, before rushing in at each other. The fight is intense, as the duo have grown leaps and bounds as of recent. It definitely isn't like last time, as Naruto is able to read Goku much better, and predict when he plans to use certain techniques. Plus with the use of Sage Mode, Naruto finally has a counter to Goku's Kaioken. With the stamina drain on Goku exhausting him, as well as Naruto advancing on him, he begins losing ground. Naruto uses Sage Mode, causing him massive problems, leading to him always being one step ahead. He finally catches Naruto off guard by a hard elbow. When Naruto explodes in a puff of smoke, he realizes the grave mistake that he just made. He barely has enough time to turn around and see Naruto stood on a nearby tree with his hands in a triangular position. He begins shouting Kikoho, and it hits Goku point blank, pushing him further and further into the ground. Goku begins trying to move against it, but he's pushed further and further. His body begins to give up. He grits his teeth and lets out a loud scream of, "I won't lose!" A golden aura surrounds him as his hair rises, and he finally becomes a Super Saiyan yet again. He floats out the crater, thanking Naruto for this match. With this, he finally understands how to access his form much better. It's every time he and Naruto fight, they grow. So when he comes back, they should have one final fight. Naruto laughs and agrees. Naturally, the war arc would arrive all the same, with Goku being placed in the 4th division, or more commonly known as the one Garo's in control of. He'd be quite bored sat around, and would have some comedic scenes where he challenges some random fodder to a battle, and Samari and Shikamaru scold him. On the 3rd division, the fights against the Edo Tensei would be much quicker, as Lee is stronger, and has techniques that would easily destroy the Edos. It means that it doesn't take much longer than a day for the division to beat all their opponents. With the 1st division, the fights there also go much quicker. Since Choji has been trained by Goku, he'd be a lot more confident when fighting against Asuma. On top of this, he already has his mastered butterfly form, so he doesn't need to go through that character development. It leads to the defeat of Asuma much quicker. He'd also probably beat Kakazu before Tobi appears on the scene. We can finally get back to Goku and his fights against the Kage. Now with him being able to use Super Saiyan, he'd be quite excited to test out this power. He'd be quite enticed by the 3rd Raikage, and so he charges at him, getting into an intense battle. When Samaru tries to order people to help him, Goku barks that he doesn't need it. He's excited for this fight, so the others should go and focus on helping the others. They agree and leave Goku to fight. During this fight, Goku would be testing out truly what he can do in Super Saiyan. You can feel like the stamina drain isn't as bad, as well as the fact that the power gain is much better than the Kaioken. When deciding to finish the fight, Goku goes all out, sending immense air pressures all around. He charges in and uses a massive Kamehameha that completely destroys the former Raikage. No need to seal away something that is atomized. When Naruto arrives, Goku would be impressed at his new form. He'd even remark that they now have golden forms. They'd be fighting together, and with these they would defeat the 2nd Muzukage and 2nd Tsuchikage. That's when Madara is summoned to the battlefield. Goku tells Naruto to focus on getting everyone away. He can feel the immeasurable wall that Madara is, and he doesn't like it. He promises to buy some time and immediately rockets at Madara before Naruto can stop him. He throws a punch at Madara, which he blocks using a powerful Shinra Tensei. When Goku doesn't go that far back, Madara remarks that he's really impressed with the new generation. Let's see what he's capable of. Madara and Goku begin fighting, where it's clear who's the boss. Even though Goku tries his hardest, Madara is just so strong, especially when he summons a meteor from orbit. Seeing everyone there, Goku immediately flies under it and tries to hold it up. When getting into a standstill, Madara summons a second meteor on top of the first, beginning to push Goku back. Slowly, they fall towards the earth, picking up momentum. Sensing everyone below him, Goku shouts that he won't let them die. "If I don't, who will?" He activates the Kaioken while in Super Saiyan, and channels every ounce of power into it. When he punches the meteor, a massive dragon-like construction flies out, destroying both the meteors, making everyone celebrate. Goku falls back into base form as he plummets to the ground, unable to move. Lucky enough, he bought enough time for the other Kage to all arrive. The people who would have perished all carried Goku to the medical ward, where he's healed, receiving a Zenkai from this encounter. He'd of course arrive on the battlefield with the rest of the Alliance when the Jubi is brought out to play. With a new power boost, he'd be quite excited to test out his new technique, the Dragon Fist. It'd be cool to see him use it on the Jubi when they all try and take it down. When the Jubi begins his wood-release rampage, Goku would be doing his best to protect the people below him. He'd significantly stop casualties, meaning that it's possible Neji survives. From here, a lot of stuff happens, however Goku kind of fades into the background for most of it, and would be doing crowd control mainly. He'd be helping in the fight against Jubito, where he shows off how useful Ki really is. Then Obito gets beat, and Madara is revived. When Madara is revived, he begins to go on a rampage, the likes of which have never been seen from anyone. He even ends up becoming Jubidara, after placing Naruto and Sasuke in fatal conditions. Seeing no other way, Goku does the only thing he can. He raises his hands in the air, asking everyone for their energy. If he gets everyone's energy, then he can make the strongest Kamehameha he can. One by one, the Shinobi Alliance begin to raise up their hands and give Goku a tiny bit of their Genki. Seeing everyone trying to pull together, one feeble attempt at an attack makes Madara laugh as he continues to goad them to hit him with all their might. The ball of condensed Genki forms in the air, creating a blue glow over everyone. It makes Madara laugh as he stands there prepared. With all the power now complete, Goku launches the ball on Madara, who quickly sees the strength of the attack. The attack hits him dead on, doing quite a bit of damage and even removing one of his arms. He does survive, however, as if you think about it, he's Madara. The Naruto and Sasuke arrive, where they begin battling Madara, ultimately leading to Kage being reborn. Goku would be saved alongside the others as they begin to battle Kaguya in her dimensions. With help from Goku, I'm sure that Obito would survive and Kaguya would be sealed. And Sasuke and Naruto have their battle, which ultimately ends, like in canon. After the war, both Obito and Sasuke would be placed in prison for their crimes in the war, but would both be pardoned by Kakashi. While Sasuke goes on his redemption trip, Obito would remain in the Leaf, trying to help out Kakashi with being Hokage, and adjusting without his Sharingan. One thing that changes is that Might Guy won't be placed in a wheelchair, so it means he can still train with Lee and Goku, which is good for all of them. Whether he gets Ki or not, I'll let you be the judge. In the last, Goku would replace the likes of Sai in the Hanabi rescue mission. For everyone to move around, Goku would use a multiform to carry them, except for Hinata, who Naruto would personally fly. The majority of the love story subplot goes the same, ultimately leading to Hinata's capture and the four shinobi storming the palace to save her. With Goku there, getting into the castle is much easier as he can just blow up a huge chunk and let Shikamaru and Sakura infiltrate the castle to save Hinabi. Then Goku and Naruto rush away to find Hinata, which they do, freeing her from Toneri's mind control. Then Goku and Naruto proceed to battle Toneri, ultimately leading to Toneri getting even worsely beaten. They would then return back to Earth with a mission well done. As time passes on, Goku would end up bedding Ino, where they eventually marry and have a child. The kid's name would be Gohan Yamanaka, a prodigy in himself. Having his father's ki control as well as his raw strength, combined with his mother's chakra and her Yamanaka skills, he'd be a force to be reckoned with, especially with his high intellect. Goku would end up becoming a master in martial arts, focusing on his very own Kame style. He'd start up a dojo to train the newer generation that he would call Kame House. It ultimately wraps up the story with Goku sent to Naruto in a rather nice way. Long story short, he'd be happy. And that's the end of him. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below what you thought of the series. If you liked it, make sure you give me a like, as I might do something similar. I might put Naruto and Dragon Ball, might go Goku in One Piece, we'll find out. And yeah, bye!